Hey everybody, this is Jenny and I'm here with Wednesday's Devotional. When I was a senior in high school, I started feeling really run down and sick around Christmas time, and I chalked it up to just being exhausted. I was a competitive cheerleader and we were preparing for nationals and then traveling a lot with all the sports teams at this really big Texas high school, and I just kept telling myself to push ahead, push ahead, push ahead. Until I got diagnosed with mono, and I had it really bad, like the kind you get hospitalized for. And so for the next probably 3 months or so, I was in and out of school, in and out of doctor's offices, and I ended up missing a really big chunk of my senior year and being at home a lot and had all this time on my hands, sort of like you do now. And I remember just being really frustrated and sad that I was missing out on so much, but also bored out of my mind. And my Sunday school teacher at the time was such a gift to me because she kept saying, Jenny, this is could be the most profound season of your life because you could really use this time to listen and learn the sound of God's voice in a way that you haven't before. And the truth is, I had grown up in the church, and I considered myself a really faithful Christian and follower of Christ. I read my Bible a lot. But I don't know if I really knew God's voice in a really personal way. And so I really started digging into that. I wanted to know if there was a God. I wanted to know that God, and I wanted to know the sound of God's voice, and I wanted to be able to read the Bible and for God to speak to me, or to be able to worship in a way that was true and honest and authentic, where I was actually communing and having a relationship with this God of the universe. And I know it sounds a little weird, but that's what we're called to do and be as followers of Christ, not just people who go to church or open up a Bible occasionally, but people who know the sound of the shepherd's voice. And I want to encourage you with the same invitation that was given to me in that season, which is this. This could be the chance in your life where you get to know God's voice in a way that you never have before. Matthew 7 says this, 7 verse 7, ask and it will be given you, search and you will find, knock and the door will be opened for you. It's a really simple verse, but it's 3 different things that we can do. We can ask, we can search, and we can knock. And during the season where you got a lot of time on your hands, maybe this is a beautiful chance in your heart and in your life to really seek out God's voice in a way that you haven't done before. And that's my prayer for you, is that you would take this verse and that you would start living it out every day. Maybe ask God one question, search the scriptures for one verse that you haven't seen before, and knock and invite God to have a conversation with you. I promise you, when you engage God, God always speaks back in turn. We don't always know how he's going to do that. Maybe sometimes it's through a song or a book or something that you read in scripture, but I believe God speaks all the time and is waiting to speak to you. And my prayer for us in this season is that we would be listening and hear that voice in a new way.